Yeah. Okay, I'd like to call to order the regular board meeting of the Santa Barbara Unified School District for Tuesday, September 13th. I apologize that we are starting a few minutes late. We will begin with the flag salute.
Ready? Begin.
Okay. Yes, please come forward. We have our interpreter here to address the audience.
Muy buenas noches y bienvenidos de parte del Distrito Escolar Unificado de Santa Bárbara. Mi nombre es Vivian Rodríguez. Si hay alguien que necesita la ayuda de un intérprete, por favor levante la mano para darle un audífono. Gracias. Thank you.
Okay, gracias. Thank you, Ms. Rodriguez. And we also have hearing headsets for the hearing impaired if anybody needs assistive technology for hearing. Introductions, proclamations, presentations, and/or recognitions. Dr. Cash?
Thank you very much. We're very fortunate tonight to have our first student report, and we have Kimberly Cruz from Santa Barbara High School who will be our first student reporter for the year. Kimberly?
Hello. Okay. The ASB class is already taking on the challenges of first semester with enthusiasm and vigor. We leaped right into the school year to get a head start on all of the events we have planned for the next couple of months. This week we are starting a philanthropic campaign in collaboration with Volcom and local teen surfer Parker Coffin called Give Jeans a Chance. Students will donate old jeans and jackets to in exchange for Volcom swag and will be entered to win Volcom prizes. This is a national-wide campaign, but all of the clothing collected will be directly donated to our local organizations such as Casa Esperanza and the Rescue Mission. Senior Sunrise is the morning of September 28th. Seniors will come to school for some early breakfast and have some fun, and every senior will be getting a free senior t-shirt. We have Club Rush planned for September 30th at lunch, so students can get some information on all of the clubs we have on campuses and get involved in the community. For our annual Fall Pep Rally, it will be held in Peabody Stadium on Friday, October 21st. We will be getting fired up for the San Marcos game that night with some performances and spirit games. November 1st through November 4th will be a full week with parades, carnivals, and dress-up days and preparations for the homecoming game and dance. The game will be versus Dos Pueblos on Friday the 4th, and the dance will proceed on Saturday the 5th. Our goal this year is to get every student bleeding olive and gold. We want to create a school in which everyone is pumped and excited, where students dress up for all of the spirit days, a school where the stands are full and loud of supportive fans, where students feel comfortable in expressing themselves and their spirit. Santa Barbara High School is a school filled with many rich traditions, which we are excited to uphold. However, in ASB, we aren't shying away from new ideas. We strive to keep these traditions intact while creating new ones to improve the school. We aren't sticking to the rules. We are creating our own. And now for the San Marcos update. Over the summer, the first graduation class of San Marcos High School, the class of 1961, held its 50th class reunion with a weekend full of festivities during the July 22nd weekend. A highlight of the weekend was when the reunion descended upon the campuses to open up a time capsule that was placed in the wall of the office behind the symbolic cornerstone of the school. Inside the capsule, the Aluminum found a news press published the day of the capsule was sealed, and a copy of the bill from the contractor that constructed the school. The bill was for $3.5 million. The Aluminum were very excited for current students to place new items in the capsule, which included an iPod, cell phone, and a debit card with $5 on it. We will see how much that $5 is worth in another 50 years. Also, this past summer, the campus was stunned when they learned the passing of Coach Jeff Hesselmeyer. Coach Hess was an inspiration to all students and faculty at San Marcos High School, just as he was during his long tenure at Dos Pueblos. He will be missed. Faculty and staff was also saddened to learn the passing of Mr. Jack Frainer this past Saturday. Mr. Frainer taught English at San Marcos for over 30 years, was part of the UCSB teacher training program, and also was the co-director for the South Coast Writing Project. His royal legacy will live on in the Frainer Writing Awards, a yearly writing contest for San Marcos students. There has been a lot of new construction going on at San Marcos. The new B wing is currently underway. There have been many adjustments being made. Portable classrooms put in new areas temporarily. Parking is limited because faculty and students are sharing same lots, and classrooms located next to the construction area have to deal with constant jackhammers, tractors, etc., disturbing class time. However, San Marcos is improving, adapting, and overcoming, knowing in the long term the project will be beneficial to the school. We are the only high school located at a major intersection which contributes to the highest rate of traffic. The new wing will beautify the corner of the campus and provide much-needed classroom space for the school and health academy. At the start of school, we were very excited to learn that our girls swimming team won a state academic championship this past season. We are very proud of our student athletes at San Marcos, as we were the #1 school in all of the CIF Southern selection in terms of academics for our athletes. This previous year, San Marcos was the #1 public school in CIF Southern section for student athletes, only being topped by 2 small private schools. Club Day was this past Friday. Over 35 clubs were presented to promote themselves and gather new members. Activities Director Mr. Solis said it was the best, largest, and most attended Club Day in the past 10 years. Earlier that morning, San Marcos students honored the memory of the 9/11 tragedy with several moving video presentations. Also, our reward-winning madrigals performed in the sunken gardens at the courthouse for the country's 9/11 remembrances ceremony. We are getting excited for the fall play Arsenic and Old Lace, which oddly enough is a comedy. The cast is currently rehearsing and will be ready to perform starting November 10th. We are very happy to announce and invite everyone to the grand opening of Workington Stadium, featuring a new turf field for Sub Payola Field and the resurfacing of the track. It is beautiful to see that this private-public partnership has succeeded in bringing a first-class faculty to the school district and the local community. Everyone is invited to attend next Wednesday, September 21st at 6. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Cruz. And I just want to say, Jack Frainer was a good friend of mine. I met him in 1994 when I was a fellow in South Coast Writing Project, and his passing has really been a tragedy for the community and for the writing program out there. He was a fixture for many, many years, so we all miss him very much. Okay, so Superintendent's Report?
Yes, just a couple of items. I want to commend our incredible secondary staffs, because we are at our TDAP compliance rate is now 99.5%. We only have 49 students left to either complete the verification or submit a waiver. So we're down to a couple of students per school, and our staff has just done a tremendous job. Barbara Chiani, Marlon Sumner, and the registrars, principals, assistant principals. It's been unbelievable. So kudos to all of them. Want to remind you that we have a very important 2-day training for teachers and site administrators, some teacher leaders and site administrators on the Common Core rollout. That's at the end of this month. Our parcel tax oversight committees held their first meeting for the school year recently. This week we're having our bond oversight committee meetings as well. I would have loved to have been able to tell you tonight publicly, but I can't because the data is embargoed. But I can share with you that tomorrow, the National Merit Scholarship Program will announce the semifinalists for 2012. And I can say that when I was a principal at Dos Pueblos High School, a really good year would have had 6 or 7 students. Well, one of our schools has twice that many this year. I'll look forward to announcing those results and giving those to you tomorrow when that data is no longer embargoed. And I'm happy to announce one of the greatest nights in our school district is occurring tonight and throughout our district the next couple of weeks, and that's back to school nights, when parents have an opportunity to listen to teachers and get a real good understanding about what our expectations and standards are for students for this school year. So with that, that would conclude my report.
Thank you, Dr. Cash. Okay. Board comments. Are there any comments or correspondence from the board members? Mr. Herron?
Thank you. This time of year, there's just so many things that I won't even attempt to discuss them. I would like to thank Ms. Kenyani for the tremendous job of coordinating all the activities with the news media. I mean, I have never seen so much coverage from all the news media and with such a positive feeling about how we're doing and how the children are doing and what they're doing. So I'd like to thank the news media for being with us and supporting us this entire opening of school. One item, though, that impressed me is speaking of back-to-school nights being tremendous, I was intrigued reading about Dos Pueblos and 60-some of their students being translators at various school nights. What a way to get our parents involved, which is one of our focus goals and one of the site plans. To have our students be translators at back-to-school night for the parents, I think is tremendous. And I appreciate Sal Guarena and the Padres Unidos for putting that together. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Herron. Any other board members? Ms. Deacon?
I actually was going to talk about the same thing, and I just think it is really fantastic, and the students appear to get so much out of it, as well as the parents. And I think we should thank Easy Lift, too, that provided transportation for the students to actually get to the elementary schools, and I guess the junior high as well, where they did the translation. So a terrific program. I hope it grows and keeps going.
Yes, and I believe that was one of the suggestions that grew out of Padres Unidos and their meetings that they've had on various campuses. So that it is a great thing for the community and a great thing for our students to get experience doing. Okay, any other comments or? Okay, thank you. Then public comment. Do we have public comment at this time?
We do. Denise Adams.
Hi, thank you. I'm here because, as many of you know, it is back to school night, so there's many parents there. So I agreed to represent the Santa Barbara Junior High and Senior High instrumental music programs, the Band Boosters. And I'm here tonight because Santa Barbara Junior High and Santa Barbara Senior High desperately need the Board of Trustees' help, and we need your clarification. Our new principals at both schools, our counselors are very confused, and we have students who are left in limbo, students who want to learn. We have parents who are at our meetings who don't know whether to request transfers to DP and Goleta Valley Junior High. And I think that there's a lot of confusion because there's ambiguity. We have a new superintendent, we have new principals, and unfortunately, the principals weren't at the meetings when you've discussed the band program, and neither was our new superintendent. The issue is we have counselors and principals who think the policy is specifically as a 6-period day. So, for example, when advanced jazz band is 0 period and Latin is 6 period, that leaves the kids with nothing to do 1 period a day. Logically, thinking of your union contracts, if teachers are allowed to have 36 students in a class and they only have 9, logically, isn't it common sense to allow the student to take a class? So we don't know whether to leave them to sit out on the doorstep, to put them in the library, to sit them in the band room unsupervised, we've got a problem. I said that my understanding of your action was that when students take band, they're allowed to have an additional period, foreign language or what have you. It was not the board's intent for the students to sit idly by. And this issue is not about my daughter or about this person's daughter. It's about every student who from elementary school on we have now encouraged on the east side and west side to take instrumental music. And now we've got very disgruntled parents and we've got a problem. So if you could kindly clarify the issue, whether you pass a policy or you instruct your superintendent how to handle this. We've got kids that are doing nothing. I was offered to come sit with my daughter for all of first period or third period, whatever period I wanted, but you can't have a foreign language 6th period and you can't have 0 period band and
30
nothing in between.
seconds.
So that's one issue. The second issue is inequities between the schools. Santa Barbara Junior High, Santa Barbara Senior High, we deserve a full-time instrumental music band director just like the other high schools. That's another issue that has to be solved or we're never, ever going to pass another parcel tax. And the third thing at Santa Barbara Junior High, we need to have a mechanism for communication. Most of our parents, as evidence at the PTSA meeting, they do not have computers. There's no handout,
Thank you,
there's no
Mrs. Adams.
bulletin board. But I'm just saying, over time, you've got parents who have
Thank you.
absolutely zero communication. And it's up to you to provide a method. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Adams. Okay. Ms., did you want to? Okay. That concludes public comment. I neglected item C3, announcement of closed session action. We took no action in this closed session to report. Okay. So item C5, acceptance of donations.
I will move to approve with appreciation.
Second that.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.